Alrighty, everybody, so we're back here with the Grizzly. This thing was 25 feet underwater the other day, well, the other week. She's back in here. We got the oil drain, we got everything done. Basically today we're going to be putting everything back together and trying to start it. Now I have all new electrical in this box, as well as a new pull start kit, since that one is probably toast since it went underwater. So basically, I also got new diff fluid. We're going to put some fogging oil down the cylinder to help loosen it up. I already did it, but I'm going to do it again. We need to drain the diff fluid on the front and rear. And then I'm going to put some new oil in it. We're just going to try and start it. I don't know if it's going to start or not. I need to go grab my battery and put it in, see if anything comes on, and then I'm going to try and start it. And after a bit of looking and like listening to some people, that the guy that sunk this was talking about, one of my buddies, well, turns out he did it on purpose is what I'm thinking, because I hadn't hung out with him for a long time and he kept complaining I didn't hang out with him. Well, then as soon as I told him to go left, his tire marks go from this and then they turn. He did not hit a rock. The throttle did not stick. Nothing happened. He drove himself into that spot. He has been down to the quarry multiple times, knowing where to go and where not to go, and he still went in the spot I told him not to go, and where he knew there was a drop off. And he had no remorse about sinking this thing. He hasn't even offered to help me pay for the damages or anything. So pretty sure this was done on purpose, since I haven't hung out with him and I kind of started cutting him out of my life. But now he is really cut out. I haven't been talking to him at all. He's been trying to talk to me, but he did it on purpose. You can tell. There's telltale signs when you go down there. Supposedly the throttle stuck. Throttle's not sticking. He supposedly turned it off when he went down. I haven't touched any of this. Stop. It's on. It's on run. On. He didn't click anything to try and kill this, and the oil was mixed as well. So he didn't even try to save this thing. It was all, he knew what he was gonna do. And he's tried talking to me, but he's basically been unadding me from everything I have him on. He deleted my number, and all that. So this was done on purpose, but, either way, I'm done talking. Let's try and get this thing fired up and see if she'll even run. I don't think it has a good chance. And if it does, it's probably going to sound horrible, but we're still going to try it. So I'll bring it all back once we get this thing ready to start. I need to put the carburetor back on, as well as the battery, and fill it back up with oil, spin it around a couple times with that fogging oil, and then we'll try and start it. So I guess I'll bring it all back once we have it all put back together. Alrighty, everybody. So in that last couple of clips, you saw this thing running. Now, we did have to do a lot of work to this thing to get it started. We had to drain the oil, carb, new pull start, because when this thing went down, it slid all the way down across the rocks and it scraped the recoil all up and dented it in. So we had to dent that out, carb, all that jazz. Now, this morning, we are going to do another oil change on it because I'm guessing the oil is going to look like shit. Because, you know, it probably just will. Okay, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, it's not terrible. It's better than yesterday, I'll admit that. So, we've kind of just been, well, there's that. We've kind of just been running whatever oil in this thing because I don't want to put brand new, like, the actual oil it needs until we have it fully ran out and ready to go. So, yeah, this thing runs good. I mean, it seems to be doing fine. I can't believe it's actually running. I think the major game saver with this one was that, well, our original plan was to leave it under the water until summer because we thought this thing was, like, gone. We thought it was down in the center, 100 feet down. But lucky for us, it was actually sitting on a cliff ledge about half the length of the four-wheeler. So basically, it was sitting on the cliff edge from right here to here. This whole rear part was off. This thing was literally teetering on going down another 50 feet or staying there. And somehow it managed to stay there for a couple days until we were able to get it out. That's enough of me jaw-jacking. Let's get this thing turned. Holy crap, and things. Look how heavy this thing is. Relatively easy, I think. Pop this off to let the pressure out. So airflow can get in there. Let's get down on the ground. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, other direction then. Okay, what's going on here? Are you on this? Tight. There we go. Got it broke. Okay, come on. There we go. There. Oh, I didn't want it so tight. I didn't tighten it down that much. I did very, very, very little on that when I actually did do it. Oh, jeez. It all actually looks quite fair. There's no gunk in it or nothing. That's good. Check the oil here in a minute once this all drains. But in the meantime, as we're doing this, I guess I will pull the oil filter. Now, a lot of people say to unload this top one here. This top bolt, but it doesn't do anything. That's the thing. It just sits there. It's just another thing to, like, see your oil, really. That's all it is. Say to replace O-ring, blah, 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 blah. It's fine. Oh, shit. No. Where'd you go? Come back. Oh, lovely, full of oil. That's great. I'll bring you all back to get this oil changed in because I'm just screwing things up. All right, everybody. So here's the old oil filter. And this was brand new just a day ago. So, yeah. But oil ain't looking too bad down there. So yeah, let's check out this new oil filter while we wait. New oil filter. Yay. Okay, well, I guess I'll bring y'all back once we start filling her back up and getting her ready to start, I guess. Well, I guess the oil doesn't look that bad. I mean, you can see some of the spots where the oil is actually coming through, so that's good. I'm currently adding oil to it, and then I'll bring y'all back once we're ready to start it. Alright guys, so I drained the oil, got new oil in it. 2 pulls and this thing started. So I'm definitely gonna go to conclusion and say this thing's back to its normal self. I'm gonna get it out of here before it smokes up the shop. We'll idle. Okay, we're in drive. Front brakes are sticky. There we go. Seems to be driving good. I mean, the oil temp light ain't on. Sounds fine. It was a little smoky when I started it, but that's to be figured after being freaking underwater. So, by the way, if you have one of these machines and wondering how many quarts it takes, people online say 2.1 quarts, or about till on your side view glass panel on the side of your engine, about 3/4 full. I typically do 3 quarts on this one because when I just did 2.1 quarts, the engine started knocking because it didn't have enough oil. So I'd recommend about 2.1 quarts to 3. I would highly recommend just going and buying 3 if you have this machine, because mine takes 3 to run healthy. So, win-win. Doesn't sound like it's running off or anything. I mean, it sounds like it did before. I'm thinking this next oil change is going to be the one I'm actually going to run for a while. Because this last one, it didn't seem that bad. It seemed actually pretty good. Really sucks we don't have any snow. That's the reason why I sold all my sleds, was because I couldn't stand just looking at them not having any snow to ride on. We're in 4-wheel drive, so this should go right up. So I'm going to go ahead and say that this thing is fixed. Went from 25 feet underwater to running again, so it's good. We're going to make a second video of what actually happened to this thing, because there's a lot of talk about this whole thing. Kind of seemed planned by the guy that sunk it, in my opinion, because just nothing lines up. He said the throttle's stuck and there was a rock. There's no rock and the throttle's not sticking. So I think it was just kind of a big lie. So we're going to actually take this thing back to the spot where it actually went underwater, and we're going to give you guys, we're going to talk to you about it and tell you what we think will happen and what really happened with this thing, because there's just too much to talk to you guys about on one video. So we're going to make a separate one. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, I guess we revived this thing twice now. Never thought this thing would actually go underwater. I mean, I never wanted this thing to have that. I only had it running for a week, and then it went underwater. So we're gonna stay away from the quarry for now, and hopefully this thing keeps running strong like it's been, and hopefully she's all good. So thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all have a great rest of your day. And she's running. I mean, she's doing good. So yeah. And one last thing, if you have a friend that you have a bad feeling about, because that day I did, but I didn't really pay too much attention to it, don't go places that are dangerous, because this whole thing kind of seemed staged to me. Like he planned on doing it because he had been down there multiple times. He knew where to go and where not to go. So yeah, but don't let your buddies raid your equipment. Have them bring their own stuff. And yeah, I guess I'll see y'all in the next one, which will probably be explaining what happened to this thing. So see y'all then.